This is Swayze.
And that's Siobhan.
Welcome to Wig and Wine Wednesdays.
So today we are both wearing wigs from WIGS. Mine is in the style Moon Nymph, and
Mine
Siobhan's-
is Thera.
Yours isn't available though, right?
No, they don't currently sell it.
We'll link a similar one, but they don't currently sell hers anymore. And the wine we're going to be drinking today is called True Myth. It's a Chardonnay.
Beautiful bottle.
I got this bottle because it looked like a weird book cover, and since we're both wearing our silver wigs today, we could be like old ladies drinking wine and reading a book. Okay, while Siobhan opens that, and thank God it's not a pop top, because then I'd be crying, I'm going to read the notes. Well, that was faster than I wanted.
Well, I'll pour
Okay,
it.
Siobhan's going to pour us a glass, and I'm going to read the notes real quick, and it says... loaded with aromas of citrus and tropical fruit and moving beautifully into ripe yet balanced flavors of apple, pear, and pineapple.
Ooh, fruity.
Fruity.
Please hold.
Sorry about my band-aid today. I can't take it off. My finger's messed up.
It's been messed up for months.
I know. It's stupid. I think it's gonna fall off.
You don't look impressed.
I never know at first. I need a second. That's why I was like, we should just drink some and then at the end we give our review.
Mm-hmm.
I get the pear.
Also, these cute black clear to clear glasses are from Dollar Tree.
Amazing.
Best purchase I ever made there.
I clicked one. You
Okay,
ready?
what's today's topic?
Okay, today's topic is going to be sent in by Tanner.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Tanner.
Hi, Tanner.
And the subject is dating and how to meet people nowadays. With the creation of Tinder and Bumble, how has this impacted our culture and how has it changed people's expectations?
Well, I like how specific he is.
I know, that was
actually.
very thorough.
It's refreshing.
First off, I want to say I met my husband on Tinder.
And second off, I want to say I've never met anybody on a dating site. Like, I'll match with somebody and I'll talk to them, and as soon as they want to hang out, I unmatch them.
Yeah, and
I can't handle it.
The only person I ever met on a dating site was
Your husband.
my husband. I married him.
That's hilarious. I used to meet people on MySpace all the time.
Yeah, I think people give dating apps a bad rap. Like, they can't flirt in public, blah, blah, blah.
Well, and
but
it's
like,
hard that it's, like, basically based off their looks. Like, some
Yeah.
people read the captions, but it's like, if they don't look good, they instantly get swiped left, you
Yeah.
know? So it's, like, hard for them to, like, actually get people interested.
yeah, but I mean, for someone like me with social anxiety, I do like the part where
Yeah.
you
can
can't
get-
talk to someone unless they've already pre-approved you. So you kind of already have that buffer of like, well, I know they think I'm attractive, instead of talking to someone and then being like, oh shoot, I just wasted all that time.
That's true.
But it also kind of babies it, you know,
Some
where
people
like,
don't look good in pictures, but they're freaking hot in person.
that's true. And vice versa.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Well, what about when me and you
There's
started
a lot
getting
of
friend
emo
requests from like friends, and we're like, they all look really hot, we should hang out with them, and we called one. Like, I call that guy, we're gonna go meet up with this group of friends.
Blue.
Yeah. And the other kid. And then we get there, and the guy Siobhan called was like way hot, and the guy I called was like 5'2".
Well, and the guy that I called was so into you and, like, would not give me the time of day.
Whatever.
No, 100%.
What?
We can ask him to this day. That's what always happens.
Whatever. That kid that I called, like,
He was like,
trapped me in a
"Nope."
car once and was like, I'm not letting you out until you kiss me. Like, it was straight up scary. And he was, like,
Sketchy.
small and weird, and I was just like, you look
He
so
was
cute in your
small.
pictures.
He was so small.
And I'm not, like, must be 6 foot or taller kind of girl, but, like, he was, like, a child.
He was little.
I was like, what the
I
heck? You
remember.
can't tell height in pictures.
Oh, man.
That's annoying.
Dating. I mean, I think social media is good for it, though, because
Yeah.
my current boyfriend, I wouldn't, like, be dating him or, like, really know him if it weren't for social media keeping us in contact.
Yeah.
Because I met him just randomly at some party, like, through friends, and then, like, 4 years later, we reconnected on Facebook. So it's like, if Facebook or social media or whatever wasn't a thing, I probably would never see him again.
Yeah, that's true. I remember talking to like an old boss of mine where he was talking about how kids are always on their cell phones, and I was trying to like be relatable, and I was like, I know, right? It's so annoying. He's like, I don't think it's annoying. I think it's cool that it keeps people in contact when they otherwise wouldn't be in contact. And I was like, you just schooled me, old man. I thought it was awesome though, but that's how it is. Like even our friendship, obviously it's a dating situation, but without social media, we probably wouldn't be friends at all anymore.
We would have lost contact like after the first summer. Yeah, no, but really, like there's a lot of people I've kept in contact with via social media because I've moved so many times growing up, and I know you've moved many times too, so it's cool. But dating wise,
if social media and like
it makes
dating apps didn't exist, yeah, it is, but also where would we meet anyone? Like at the bar? Where did people used to meet? The bars, at work, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, just like organically.
Yeah, but that would be, I mean, there's so many more options. Whereas I think a lot of people like to look at it as like lazy or not authentic, but really, I think it's just more opportunity. And it's the times. I don't know, everyone's so grumpy about social media.
You just have to be cautious about like when and where you meet like these people.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's even been times where like people go missing and they find out like, oh, they matched with this person and plan to meet up. Which that has nothing to do with anything.
Did you hear about that girl that almost got murdered? Let me tell an almost murder story. No, listen to this. So this girl met this guy online. They went on a date. They met up at dinner, and she just starts feeling sick. And she's like, I'm not feeling well. Would you mind just taking me home? And he's like, yeah, that's totally fine. Like,
she drove
hope
with
you feel
him.
better. So he drove her home. On the way home, she starts feeling a little bit better. So once they get there, she's like, I'm feeling a little bit better. Do you want to come in for some tea or coffee or whatever? He's like, yeah, sure, that's fine, And so he comes in, and she starts feeling sick again. So she's like, actually, I'm not feeling well, if you don't mind leaving. So he leaves, and she goes to bed. Randomly, like, wakes up out of a dead sleep and hears somebody downstairs, like, moving stuff around. So she immediately calls the cops. She's like, someone is in my house. And they're like, okay, like, we'll send somebody right away. And they get there and they're like, well, your door's locked. Are you sure somebody's there? She's like, I'm positive, like, I can hear them. Somebody is here. I give you permission to break down my door. So the cops break in. She hears, like, rustling, whatever. And then they come knocking at her bedroom door. It's the cops, whatever. We got him. So she unlocks the door and lets him in. And they're like, it might be best if you wait here until we get things cleaned up downstairs, because we don't want you to see. She's like, no, I want to see what he did in my house. So
she's got the chills.
Yeah. So she goes downstairs. He moved her furniture, laid out sheets of plastic, and had all these different tools laid out in her living room.
Oh my gosh, that's so creepy.
And so when he came in, they got coffee. She set her keys down, and he set his down next to hers. When he left, he grabbed both of their keys, so he had her key to get back into her house. And she felt sick because he drugged her at the start of the date. And the cops told her, like, with the drug that she had in her system, she should not have woken up that night.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Not that I have to worry about it now, but it's like when I was dating for a little bit, I'm like, I don't want to meet somebody online.
You have to be so
sketchy.
Careful. It is, but I mean, how is it more sketchy than meeting someone at a bar and being like, yeah, let's start texting and hang out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Then there's not as much of a paper
But
trail.
I feel like, for me, like, I'm an empath and I can feel people's energies.
Yeah.
And so at a bar, if, like, I get kind of a creepy vibe, I'm not going to keep texting them or, like, hanging out.
That's true.
Where over that, like, they can seem so charming and perfect, and then you meet them and you're like, ugh.
That's true. Although I will say someone that is a true, like, psychopath would be
super
able
charming.
to, yeah. I guess the only part of the topic we didn't really cover is how to meet people nowadays.
It's really online. I mean,
yeah, or
organically is like through friends.
I was gonna say the one way I would say is have friends hook you up, because it's hard to, like, just from an outsider's point of view, you can see better, like, oh, this person and their personalities would mesh so well, but people are still, like, reluctant, where if you just, like, accept it and, like, go into it with a, like, yeah, I'm gonna try this out. Juan's laughing because I've tried to do this before.
Yes, and I'm always reluctant. I'm like, I don't know. Or, like, picking up a hobby, or, like, if you have a hobby and, like, going to events or whatever. But there's a lot of things on social media, too, of, like, oh, there's this event, or, like,
Yeah, or
like,
even
we're
the
nerds and
Facebook
we love
groups.
Comic-Cons. Like, meeting someone at Comic-Cons, like, they have speed dating at
I know.
Comic-Con.
I wanted to do it so bad.
It's hilarious. But, yeah, there's plenty of ways to meet people still. It's just different. Like, it's evolved into something else.
Yeah. And yeah, you can't, it's one of those things that you just can't push or pressure, you know, it just kind of has to happen naturally, or else it's not going to be right anyway.
Yeah.
I was going to say, who am I to give advice, but I am married, so I did
You
it.
are married, and I'm divorced, so I have no advice. Clearly, I can't do it right.
Well, we're doing okay. We've had some horrible exes, though, so we had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, if there's one thing that I can take away from all of that, is that I learned a lot about relationships and about myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say listen to people even when you think those thoughts of like, yeah, but they can't, like, they don't know the good parts, or they don't see it from my perspective. They think it's bad because they don't see all this. Like, your friends are right. Your family's right. They can tell you when it's a bad match, and you'll eventually find out, and it'll be hard if you don't listen, but...
True.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
We just, like, led people in a huge circle, like, shit, I don't know. Bye. Good luck out there.
Yeah, good luck. I don't have any answers.
Yeah, I don't know. You do you.